With us here in the studio, David Jones, president of the New Jersey State Troopers Fraternal Association. So, Mr. Jones, when did you find out about the invitation to Common, and what did you do?
We actually have a group of sites where we monitor the behavior related to Joanne Chesimard. In addition to that, there's police officers all over the country and the world who are familiar with, some of the angst attached to this execution. And 2 days ago, I got a memo saying that this rapper, who used to be known as Common Sense, now known as Common, is a guest, an invitee at the White House. And the more that I explored his vitriolic embracement of violence towards police officers, the more I got upset.
And what did you do?
Well, I reached out to the White House. I reached out to a group of people that I know. Here's Mr. O'Reilly, and again, it's an honor to be on your show. Here's the thing that makes this the most insensitive and stupid, for lack of a better word, of invitations. This is National Law Enforcement Memorial Week. People call it Police Week in Washington. This is when I'm going to put Trooper Castellano and a whole host of over 150 other agencies are going to put their police officers on a wall at Judiciary Square, honoring their sacrifice to America, dying in the line of duty as police officers. And on a Tuesday, before the widows get there on a Wednesday, we have this mutt, this nitwit, this complete fraud, and that's what he is. His father was a professional basketball player, well-educated, they had all the things, he went to Florida A&M. This is not a kid up from the streets who has a message. This is just an individual who absolutely has embraced this mentality of anti-establishment, Reverend Right, the middle class is always wrong beat, and he's done very well by it. He's won Grammys and everything else, and that's fine.
I mean, I was talking to somebody today who says this guy isn't that extreme. He is in the mainstream and does some positive stuff. But the really troubling part of it is, did you ask the White House, look, you got two things here. You got Chesimard and you got the Philadelphia thing with this Jamal guy, all right, who was convicted of killing a Philadelphia police officer. Okay?
Jamal,
right.
Danny Faulkner.
And this guy Common is basically taking the side that the two police officers died, but they weren't killed by the people who juries convicted. And Chesimard is a real extreme because she's a black liberation person, a radical person that everybody knows. So what would the White House, how would they defend having him at this Poets, and Steve Martin is there, other people are there, and he's there? I mean, it's just a judgment.
It's like absolutely the First Amendment. I'll die for your right to espouse your opinion.
We have no beef with what he says.
I have no.
It's the appropriateness of the venue.
But the timing, and here's the biggest problem.
But what did the White House say to you?
And you and I didn't just pay with our tax dollars to have this here. My guys pay with their blood. They play with their blood every single day, and every guy in that wall is there because it's their blood that ensures the freedom of First Amendment rights, of free speech.
But what did the White House say when you pointed this out?
They were chagrined. I was disgusted. I had to literally spell the name Chesimard to them,
right,
even
so
though
they didn't have any defense.
What's worse than that? They didn't know who Joanne Chesimard was till I spelled the name, even though she is number one on the Marshals watch list.
I think that's what it's all about. I don't think they know.
No, Reverend Wright is clearly more important to them than a dead heroic trooper.
Well, I don't know about that, but
it's clear to me.
Yeah, well, and a lot of people will agree with you, but I don't think that the White House understands what this guy has done. They just said, oh, he's a big guy, we'll get him in, we'll do the rainbow thing, everybody will be represented. But
my understanding
very
is
troubling
that their position on this was that he was a broad enough, a successful enough player,
mainstream guy,
so that this can be excused.
All right, it can't be.
It's madness.
A terrible, terrible decision. All right, Mr. Jones, thanks very much. We appreciate it.